Enjoy what you can and ignore the rest. Let's not waste any energy fighting things that are outside our control. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. If you're not resilient by now, life is only going to get tougher for you. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. Make it your friend and ally, not your enemy. This will miraculously transform your whole life. Do not cling to any one person, not even your most beloved. Every person is a prison and also a hiding place. The chief trick to making good mistakes is not to hide them, especially not from yourself. Life gets better when health becomes your first priority. Sometimes the place you are used to is not the place you belong. All obstacles that are perceived with love can transform into the greatest life lessons. As you improve, you'll find yourself more disappointed with those around you. To avoid this, be hard on yourself, but understanding of others. You must live in the present. Launch yourself on every wave and find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look toward another land. There is no other land. There is no other life but this. Don't hold your breath on people doing the right or ethical thing. People make decisions based on self-interests, not on what is right. Nothing prevents happiness like the memory of happiness. Often there is a time gap between knowing better and doing better. Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. A stumble may prevent a fall. Life is too short to waste your time on people who don't respect, appreciate, and value you. I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. Adversity is like a strong wind. It tears away from us all but the things that cannot be torn, so that we see ourselves as we really are. The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. The human capacity for burden is like bamboo, far more flexible than you'd ever believe at first glance. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of chaos, and sometimes in the middle of chaos, you find yourself. A goal is not always meant to be reached. It often serves simply as something to aim at. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. It's not about perfect. It's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. If you haven't the strength to impose your own terms upon life, then you must accept the terms it offers you. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. The most important thing is to look ahead. The past is your anchor. We don't even know how strong we are until we are forced to bring that hidden strength forward. You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. Life is a succession of lessons that must be lived to be understood. Before a new chapter is begun, the old one has to be finished. Tell yourself that what has passed will never come back. Nothing is irreplaceable. A habit is not a need. No matter how many people you surround yourself with, you will always be alone. It's up to you to pick yourself up and carry on. In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or step back into safety. One of the fastest ways to improve your life is to simply do what you said you were going to do. Your future self is watching you through your memories. When you're driving through the darkness, you can only see as far as the headlights shine, but you can make the whole trip that way. What a wonderful thought it is that some of the best days of our lives haven't happened yet. There is only one thing more painful than learning from experience, and that is not learning from experience. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. The trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk more. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. It is not what you say out of your mouth that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the most power. Let the improvement of yourself keep you so busy that you have no time to criticize others. Sometimes it takes an overwhelming breakdown to have an undeniable breakthrough. You cannot change anyone, but you can be the reason someone changes. The most authentic thing about us is our capacity to create, overcome, endure, transform, love, and be greater than our suffering. You cannot protect yourself from sadness without protecting yourself from happiness. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. It's your reaction to adversity, not adversity itself, that determines how your life story will develop. Going through challenging things can teach you a lot. and they also make you appreciate the times that aren't so challenging. Failure is a bend in the road, not the end of the road. Learn from failure and keep moving forward. You will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. Hope itself is like a star, not to be seen in the sunshine of prosperity, and only to be discovered in the night of adversity. The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. If you hate starting over, stop quitting. The limits of the possible can only be defined by going beyond them into the impossible. If you want to increase your success rate, double your failure rate. Adversity introduces a man to himself. Whatever the mind can think and perceive, it can achieve. If you want to achieve greatness, stop asking permission. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. If the path is beautiful, let us not ask where it leads. All we are is the result of all we have thought. The task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you. Your greatest self has been waiting your whole life. Don't make it wait any longer. One secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. There is meaning in every journey that is unknown to the traveler. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. At some point, you have to divorce yourself from doing the things that other people want from you. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Wake up determined and go to bed satisfied. Don't carry your mistakes around with you. Instead, place them under your feet and use them as stepping stones to rise above them. Once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice you will ever make. Folks are usually about as happy as they make up their minds to be. It's always too early to quit. Growing up is losing some illusions in order to acquire others.